Here's what the SV103 hand arm vibration dosimeter looks like. The triaxial accelerometer is shown on the left hand side, connected by a coiled cable to the body of the instrument. In normal use, the operator wears the dosimeter strapped to their arm with the cable running down to the hand grip sensor located in the palm between the hand and the tool under investigation. This is a small unit that incorporates everything that's needed to make human vibration measurements, specifically hand arm vibration measurements. The SV103 consists of two main parts. The first part is the triaxial hand sensor, hand grip sensor, that fits in the palm of the hand onto the tool that's being measured. The second part of it is the body of the unit, and this is shown here. It consists of the display area, a small colour screen at the top of the unit, and 4 control keys underneath. Once we switch the SV103 on, this is the display that is shown for us after the 10-15 second warm-up period. The unit defaults to showing us the 3 axes of vibration: the X direction, the Y direction, the Z direction. The 3 values here are the RMS instantaneous values as indicated. If I just move the hand arm sensor around a little bit, you can see the changing levels being indicated. The other part of the display, main display, is the force indicator here. I'm not gripping the unit at the moment, so the force indication is 0. If I gently put some pressure on it, you'll see the force indication showing down here in the bottom right hand corner. The tighter I grip to the tool, the higher the force reading is, and when I let go again, the value drops back to 0. Across the top of the screen there is shown a variety of information. This tells us what unit we're looking at. This tells us the frequency weighting we're using. This is the current time. This is the condition of the battery. These change depending on which of the displays we're looking at. So the first thing we need to do is to start a display. We begin a measurement by pressing these 2 buttons together, linked by the stop and start indication here. If I just press and release, we can see the indication now change, and we're currently in a run. So what the top line of the screen is showing us now is the fact that we are data logging the changing results, that we have an under range indication come up here, and that we are running with this elapsed duration time. This indication shows us that we have triggered and are recording the wave form, the raw signal on the 3 axes as set by a trigger control in the setup that we're using. So the main part of the display shows us our results. This is the current exposure indicated in points with the WH frequency weighting. We can scan through the other results that the unit gives us by clicking this button. This now changes from points to absolute units. The vibration reading at the moment here is shown 41.3 millimeters per second squared. This is the equivalent acceleration level, the vector sum of the 3 vibration axes, 680 millimeters per second squared. This is the current vibration RMS value in a single axis. At the moment, the indication here tells us that this is the X axis that we are looking at, and we can see the resulting number in the other axes by using this channel button down in the bottom left hand corner. We're currently on X. If I just click it, we change to the Y channel, click it again, we change to the Z channel, and back again to the X channel to see our resultant values. Let's look through again. Here's our peak-to-peak value, 24.7 meters per second squared. Our single-ended peak value, 14.29 meters per second squared. The elapsed run duration currently at 0 hours 2 minutes 45 seconds. The band limited RMS value, this is the second profile set up in the instrument. So in addition to the regular WH frequency weighting, we have a band limited, a slightly broader frequency weighting that allows us to perform calibration on the unit. Peak level in the band limited frequency range. The force percentage above a set point. The actual average value of the grip force during the measurement. This is the 1 second time history of the grip force, and if I just hold on to the handle of the tool now and squeeze gently, you'll see the readings changing second by second. This is the maximum grip force during the run so far, 29 newtons. Percentage of time overloaded during the run to make sure that we are not exceeding the upper limit to the measurement range. This is a timer that tells me the time left to my exposure limit value is more than 24 hours. The exposure time at the exposure limit value, again greater than 24 hours. The exposure action value time left is more than 24 hours, and the exposure action value time to limit also 24 hours. Our acceleration now, our 8-hour acceleration, our time weighted average vibration level for our day's exposure at this rate would end up with an accumulated value of just 3 points. And expressing that as a vibration absolute value, that is equivalent to about 450 millimeters per second squared. And we're back round to our points display that we started off. So we're cycling around the displayed answers using this key to go in one direction. We can go back through the display using this key to step back and see our values here. So wherever we're looking at a value in a particular channel rather than the vector sum of the 3 channels, the indicated channel that we are looking at in the display is shown for us in the top left hand corner, and we can change between the 3 channels using our channel control here. The SV103 also has a few other displays that make it useful to use as a measuring tool, and those other displays are brought to the screen by the display key here. Once we've turned on the unit and begun a run, we can just click here and see our 3 lines of information now. So when we change through with our channel, we see that the top line is the X channel, the middle line is the Y channel, the bottom line is the Z channel, and we can see the results for each of them at the same time. Pressing the display key again changes to a status screen which shows us our battery condition. We currently have over 20 hours of measurement time left. We are charging the unit at the moment, so it's showing us at full charge, and the slider here shows us that there is some more information underneath this list that we can bring to the screen by using the down button. Just click those down to show us that we are using a setup which we've created in the supervisor software and sent to the dosimeter, a setup that's named Demo 2. it's using the vibration standard according to the English UK regulations, which have an exposure action value at 2.5 meters per second squared and an exposure limit value of 5 meters per second squared. There is a timer built into the unit that uses the real-time clock, so it's possible to pre-program the vibration meter to start at a particular time and stop at a particular time in the future. This functionality is currently off. Scroll back up through the list on this screen using this key. Back to where we started. Change our display again. We see some information about the file that we're creating. Currently the file is called L271. That would be the file that we would look for in the memory of the unit when we reconnect it to the computer for downloading, and the size of the file currently is about 2 megabytes. For those units that are fitted with the optional frequency analysis module, then we also have the possibility of looking at frequency distributions of the incoming vibration signal. So this is the third octave frequency spectrum for the Z channel, or the X channel, or the Y channel, and you'll see that we have a cursor in the center of the screen currently set at 40 Hz. This is the 40 Hz third octave band, and this is the reading, 42.3 millimeters per second squared. If I need to look at an alternative frequency, I can move this cursor using the button here to move to the left, or this button to move to the right. One click, one band at a time. This is the RMS energy spectrum that we're looking at. If we have the third octave frequency option fitted, then we also have the possibility of looking at the maximum spectrum per channel, and this is shown in the same way with the same controls of the cursor. Clicking the Enter button again takes us back round to the main single number screen where we see the overall results. When we've fitted the unit to the worker and we're ready to start monitoring, we can lock the keypad of the instrument to make sure that the worker can't see the results and minimize the likelihood of them tampering with it. This is done by pressing and holding this key. You can see the small padlock here indicating this is the lock function. Just press it and hold it for 3 seconds. The unit counts down and the keyboard locked screen is displayed. We have 4 boxes here that are ready to show us our unlock sequence. The timer is still going on so that we know that the measurement is continuing. To unlock the unit, the default key sequence is used. This is the down button, the right button, the enter button, and the channel button. So pushing those 4 buttons in sequence brings back control of the keypad for the operator to see and continue. You'll notice also that the 4 keys all have a secondary function. This right hand arrow key at the beginning of the measurement allows us to put the instrument into the calibration mode to check the readings from the 3 sensors. This channel button lets us bring up a setup menu to choose different setups if we've got the unit configured differently for different tasks, and this one is the on-off power button. So when we've finished a measurement and we are ready to stop the recording, we press the 2 buttons together, just press and let go. Now that the measurement has halted, we can turn the unit off, return to the office, connect to the supervisor software and download the results and produce a report. At this point, if we need any of the information immediately at the end of the measurement to give to a colleague or to confirm that our measurements are okay, then we can still check through the displayed results as we were doing during the measurement by clicking on the buttons, going down through our list, going back up through our list. When we get to a result that is for a specific channel, our channel button also shows us the overall results. When everything is finished, just simply press and hold the enter button, hold for 3 seconds, and the unit will switch off. Now confirm the power off by clicking here to turn off.